Hello guys and welcome to the fifth video of the Blackjack tutorial using Java. So, just like I promised in this video, we're going to make some fake cards and display them right here. They're going to be simple rectangles, and there we're going to create the actual cards, which is the most interesting part in the game. So let's go ahead in our paint component and create a for loop. So for int I equals 0, I less than 6, because our grid can take up to 6 cards, and I plus plus. So let's go up here before we proceed, and just under the card grid positioning, card dimensions and spacing, and just write this just like I did, and I'm going to explain everything in a second. So the second has passed, I have to explain. I'm kidding. Let's go ahead. Create an integer that is called card tw, and set it equal to grid w divided by 6. Then another variable for card t8 and set it equal to grid, yeah, you guessed it, grid 8 divided by 6. So what those two are, I'm going to explain right away. This stands for card total width, and it is the total width that the card covers. So we're going to divide this to 12 pieces, 6 on the top, which is where our cards are going to be displayed, and 6 at the bottom, which is where the dealer's cards are going to be displayed. So but because we do not want our cards to collide with each other, we are going to create another variable up here, which is going to be called card spacing, and set it equal to, let's say for now, 10. So let's proceed and say card AW, and you guessed it, this stands for axle width, equals card TW minus 2 times the card spacing. And of course we're going to do the same thing for our height, 2 times card spacing. What we are going to do now is go down in our loop and say d dot draw rect, come on. This is going to be grid x plus I times the card total width plus the card spacing. I'm going to explain everything. Do not freak out if you think that this is too much. This is going here we're going to insert grid Y plus card spacing, and this is going to be card axle width and card axle height. So let's run this now and what is going on. Yep, we divided this by 6. We should have divided by 2 because we're going to have 2 lines of cards. So these are our cards, where our cards are displayed. Okay? And under our cards are going to be the dealer cards. So let's go ahead and paint them as well. And we can simply do that by copying all that, but increasing the Y position by card total height, and this should be working just fine. So yep, here you can see where the cards are going to be displayed. So right now what I have to do is explain to you what this line of code does. So right here we're telling our computer start a for loop. Okay, I started a for loop. How many cards, how many rectangles do we want to paint? 6 and 6 and another 6 under them. Okay, here they are. Now for each time the eye is increased, I want you to paint the next rectangle so many pixels to the right that it will not collide with the other card. How do we make sure that it will not collide? We increase it by I times the total card width. Okay, for example, the first card, what is the value of I? It is 0, so 0 times the total card width makes 0. When the I is 1 time the total card width. Move from here to here, then add again the grid X. Sorry, we have already added it. Move from here to here, then add the card spacing. Oops, you're here. I becomes 2. Add the grid W. We come here. Add 2 times the card spacing. We come here in the middle. Add the card sorry, did I say card spacing? Add 2 times the total card width, come here, and then add the card spacing, and here we are. So when it comes to height, and it goes the same way for all the cards. Okay, if we make that 11, for example, it's going to go out of our window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you can see that in case we get more than 6 cards, they're still going to be displayed, but it's not going to be that elegant. But they're still going to be displayed. The user is going to be able to play. So you can see that it goes the same way no matter how many cards we display. But we want 6 right now because 6 is the biggest possible. Sorry, not the biggest possible. I've seen 7 once. The most usual number that the most usual big number that can occur. So now that you know where the cards are, let's go ahead and actually create some cards. Okay. Now, in order to do that, right click on our project or package or whatever and go to new class and call this a card and click finish. And here is our brand new class. So what does a card have? A card has a number, a card has a color, a card has a type, and by type I mean hearts, spades, and what are the other two? I'm stuck. Sorry guys, it's 14 past 2 in the night. Heart, spades, and how are the other two types called? Come on, John. Come on, brain, function. Oh my god. Okay, let's cheat a little. So shape. I've got a shape, but not in here. It's in the GUI class. So let's go down. Yeah, it is spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. So spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. Okay, everything good. So what does a card need? Well, to begin with, we need a number, or actually a value, because what if well, it's the same thing. Let's leave it as number. Okay. Then let's add a string called shape, which is going to be spades, hearts, clubs, and how was the last one called? I'm forgetting always. Come on. Never mind. So let's go ahead and create our constructor. Public card. Okay. Now we're going to need a boolean which is going to be used or card used. Let's make that card used. Okay, this is going to indicate whether our card has been used or not, and we're going to use this boolean whenever we're shuffling our cards and we're opening them or whatever. So here is our GUI class. Okay, let's go ahead and create some array lists for the cards. Array list that contains all the cards. Okay. So in case you're not familiar with array lists are just arrays that which dimensions do not have to be declared. You're gonna tell me, but we know there are only 52 cards in a deck. But yeah, I still like working with array lists. So let's go ahead and create it this way. Array list with which is going to be a card type, cards, or all cards. Let's just call it cards equals new array list with a card type, and here it is, a complete array list with a card type. So let's go ahead and create another array list, which is going to be called player cards equals new array list with a card type, and one more array list again card type, which is going to be called dealer cards equals new array list card type. Okay, so let's go ahead and change that to or unused cards. Well, I have opened my old project sometimes until now, and you might have noticed that I'm not doing it, I'm not doing everything the same way. This is because there is no correct way of doing something. For example, the buttons were not here and here, had different dimensions and positions, and it's not the only difference actually, but it's still going to be the same game. There's no correct way of doing something. If you want, when the whole tutorial series ends, if you want to change anything in the game, feel free to do it. Don't be afraid of changing anything in the game. So now that we got all the array lists that we need, we're going to go ahead and maybe okay, let's make that total cards, or sorry, all cards, and this array list is going to contain all the cards no matter what, and we're not going to, I thought that we should remove a card from here and add it to this array list or this one, but we're going to keep all 52 cards in here and just set their card used booleans to true and false. So whenever a card is created, of course it is not used. So int m and string s are going to be inserted to this dot number equals n and this dot shape equals s. So we've got all the array lists we need. Let's go ahead and fill our array list. Let's go inside our constructor. This is where we have to do it. And say for wait, yeah, for int s, let's call this s for shape, for int s equals 0, s less than 4, s plus plus, and for int I equals 0, or actually 2, int 2, I less than, it's 2 to 10, we're going, then we have jack 11, queen 12, king 13, ace 14, less than 15, so I plus, come on, I plus plus, so we're going to in our all cards, our list, and add a new card, and which is going to be, or actually just a second, we have to say this S stands for save, and we got to say if S is 0, let's create a string shape S, let's call it shape S, to avoid reusing the string shape later. We might need to use it. Shape S, and maybe shape S1, the more you serve the better. String shape S1 equals, we don't have to set it equal to anything yet, so or just make it null. Okay, if s equals 0, shape s1 is going to be, let me open those types. Where are the types? Come on types. Yep, I found them. So if it is 1, it's going to be equal to spades. Else if, come on, else if s is equal to 1, shape s1 is going to be equal to hearts. So yeah, hearts. Else if s is equal to 2, shape s1 is going to be to become diamonds, and else we don't have to say else if, because it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3 only. It's not going to take any other values. Say s1 is going to be clubs. Sorry, clubs. Perfect. So we got our number right here. We got our shape from here and here. So actually we can cut this and paste it right here, so that our computer is not going to check 13 times more than it should check. So because it is going to only the safest one is only going to change 4 times, and we do not want it to change 4 times 13. So let's go ahead and create our card. We'll go in our card class, and you can see we first want the number, and then we want the string. So let's go ahead and say I, comma, s. Sorry, save as 1. So in order to see that it is working, we're going in here and say and print something on the console. So card plus number plus of save was created. It is number, not number. Okay, so if we run this, we can see that card 2 of spades was created, 3 of spades was created, 4, 5, etc. So you can see we got 11, 12, 13, and 14. What are those? Well, this is the Jack of spades, the Queen of spades, King of spades, and the Ace of spades. So in the last one I had created, I also had a name, a value, a say. Yeah, I had it as value instead of number. It's exactly the same thing. I had a used, just like we said, an IG, and a symbol. Well, that's too much. I'm not sure why I had all these. Set used, set not used. Okay. So what the name and symbol and symbols are? Yeah, we're going to need both the name and symbol. Why? I'm going to tell you why right away. Well, the name is not really that important, but we need the symbol because each card is not constructed. Each card contains a symbol in the 2 corners. For example, the number or a J for the Jack, a Q for the Queen, K for the King, K for the Ace, and a shape. Okay, we already got the shape so that our computer will know what to draw. But if we create in here a symbol in here, it's going to be much easier for the computer and for us to program it later on. So let's go ahead and create a string and call it symbol. And in here, above this thing, we're going to say if number is less than 11, then make the symbol equal to integer dot to string number. And what come on, and what this line of code right here does, not this line of code, actually this method, is convert an integer, which in our case is a number, to a string and set it right here. Else if number equals 11, then symbol equals Jack, actually J. And why not go on and create a name alongside? I don't really remember why I had it, but I guess it might be useful. So name equals the same thing right here. Let's copy that and paste it, and name equals Jack. Well, for us there is a space for Jack. So number equals 12. The symbol is going to be equal to Q, which stands for Queen. And in case the number is 13, then we want the symbol to be K and the name to be King. Else we want the symbol to be A and the name to be Ace. So we got everything ready, and we can change from the number to the name. And right now, if we run, you can see 2, 3, etc. 10. Jack of spades was created, Queen of spades was created, King of spades was created, and Ace of spades was created. Same for everything else. So you can see that we have created all the 52 cards that we need. What is left to do now is add some cards to our let's stop this and this. 2 cards to our player and 2 cards to our dealer. So we're probably, yeah, how much time do we have? Oh my god, that's too much time. 33 minutes. I've got to stop this video. So in the next video we are going to add cards to the player and dealer array list, the ones that we created up here, those two. And what else? We will see what else we're going to do. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.